Hello? Hello, hello, hello. You guys hear me? Waiting for aeons. Playing the wrong game then, Mr. Steel Rose. It's not Final Fantasy X, unfortunately. So aeons, we're not going to see any aeons. I think that aeons in Final Fantasy X. Hello, Mr. Steel Rose. Hello, hello, hello. So we're back in this game.
Well, boys, we swing and we get back to work.
Give me my Betty's damn Twitch app.
Is everything okay, Chekhov? Thank you very much for the cheer. Hello, also. What's wrong?
Well, boys, we swing and we get back to work.
So,
Well, boys,
okay.
we swing and we get back to work.
Right, good, good, good. 244. So I think we can just grab a little bit more loot and move on, right? Germany can now get bits from ads with a phone app, but it doesn't work. Or it did only once. I saw you were raging in Callista's Discord, right? I'm trying to make a thingy because of Alizara and it's not working. HTTPS. I missed out a colon. There we go. Okay. Instead of promise 5, you got. Wait. So instead, what do you mean promised 5? 5 what? I'm not a rerun. This is live, guys. I'm doing it live, so to speak. Okay, tell me to say something and I will say it, just to prove that I'm doing it live. Seems jumpy. 5 atoms. Maybe. It's live on your screen. I think you just have to reload it. I think that's it. Oh, you watched an ad? You said you earned 2 bits. You not received the 2 so far. How weird. Does anybody else know anything about this? This is how it works. Hey Washer, how's it going? Need to invite you over for falafel dinner. Mr. Steroids, go get your own dinner, man. What's wrong? Yeah, Chekhov is still upset about his 2 bitties. Yes, he is. Yeah, falafel today. Oh man. 95 bits for $2 instead of €2 instead of 100 for 150 on desktop. It's because Google has to take its cut if you do it from the mobile app, right? There isn't. Yeah, we're going the right way. They're so rude. They always tell you get 5 plus and they give you 2. Or maybe they don't know until. Is this who I'm supposed to be going to? Yeah, it is. Okay. Maybe they don't know until the advert has run itself, or like until the advert has been chosen or something. Did I miss playing the game? I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. It was kind of weird. Like, my weekend was so far away from Twitch, I guess, that just like everything is just. It was just a million miles away, you know. So weird. Like I didn't even switch the computer on for like 3 days out of the 4 days. And I only switched it on once to like improve the Wi-Fi connection in this room. So it was kind of weird, to be honest. Oh, it distracts me from gaming. She does. It's a pain in the ass. But less bits for more money. Be always upset about it. Pretty much, Alizara. That is the best way of doing it. So we did this on whatever day was the last day I streamed, Friday, and I couldn't do it. And now I can't remember how to do it. So I think I looked I did look up the solution to this, so it shouldn't take too long to remember the solution, but give me a moment. Yeah, just give me a moment. Tell me more about your weekends. You are always asking me about my weekend. What about your weekend? What did you do without me the last 2 days? Right, so we need to kill the beast. Basically, every turn on turn start spawn foot. What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? You are crazy. You people are crazy. How did you manage to do that? So, if there is a bar gets on the battlefield, gain immune. So basically, we need all of these to be dead before we can actually attack this guy. You know, like changes to your schedule. I'm the same, Washu, but you have to learn to. Not you have to. I had to learn to embrace it. You know. But surely it was a change to your schedule anyway. You started watching me again, I guess? Does that sound really unsympathetic? It does a little bit, doesn't it? So, this is damage a unit by 4 if it was destroyed, repeat this ability. So, we can actually just like destroy all of these and do damage here, but that's not what we want to do. I think. Damage an enemy by 3. It has 2 charges. Whenever an ally is destroyed, gain 1 charge. He had a great weekend either way. Good. Oh yeah, you went to your mother's house, right? Yeah, I have to. I was very similar Washu, and then like I started to be a teacher, and just everything changes all the time. It's so annoying. So, what I want to do first is this. I'm not quite sure. I think it's this.
Fishing in the moat? Oh, you're dead.
Don't leave like that. Okay, I'll try my best. So yeah, we can do 4 damage here. No? Damage unit by 4 if it was destroyed. Repeat this ability, so I just can't. Why not? Shh, fine. Bad influence and got poor Mrs. Zero is addicted to WoW. Alizara, we always knew that you were the troublemaker and the bad influence of this stream, right? Just can't believe that Mrs. Steel Rose didn't know that, you know? Should have warned him. I really should have warned him. So, I need to get this to do all the damage here. So I need 5 charges here, basically. So, next you go here. Wait. I think this is right. So I want to set the power of this. No, I want to set the power of this to 8, basically. I'm just trying to remember how to do this. So, we use the Alchemist, set a unit's power equal to the unit on its left. Wait, did I do that the wrong way around? I did it the wrong way around, right? Fuck's sake. Alright, let's try again. So, Sapper first.
Gonna need 3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
Yeah, you do actually have emotes for that. Why can I not attack this one? So weird. So sick. That's not the right one, Chekhov. So, set a unit's power equal to the unit on its left. So we put you on the right. Which means resilient also. So set a unit's power equal to the unit on its left.
Greetings. What is it?
So this can't be targeted if there are bar guests on the battlefield. So I want to put this like that.
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
There's something I've done wrong here, I think. I shouldn't have 2 of these left, but so if I want to set this to 4, so then next round I can kill all 3 of these, which gives us an extra 3 charges, which means we can do 15 damage here. Oh man. Okay. Destroy the lowest units. Alright. So even though I looked at the solution, it still took me two attempts to do it. Alright, give me that loot. Right. So back onto the map. And that's the only thing that we had left to do. So we can go... yeah, I guess that's where we are. Sure. I feel like we should actually upgrade the camp as well. It's so much money. So Royal Tent is fully upgraded. Mess Tent we are leaving for the moment. The workshop is done. Training grounds is not done. So this is pretty cool, this Stray Slinger. Move 3 cards to the other row and damage them by 4 instead of by 2. It's pretty useful. Sure, we have to do all of this stuff. Basically, we're wasting our money if we don't do all of this stuff anyway, so... what is this? Man, I'm gonna leave these till last, because I don't actually know what that's about. Wait, maybe I should just learn what it means. So recruit cap is... where are you? There's definitely something to increase the there's something where we increase it to... yeah, recruit cap to 300. Okay, that's pretty useful actually. Let's just take it. Not used the new one enough. Okay, so we have so many people to talk to. I don't want to do it yet. What is day 9 streaming anyway nowadays? Check off. Sorry, Alizar, I missed your soap Adam message. Artifact, is he enjoying Artifact? I know I'm a bad. I was gonna say boy. That's a song. And it doesn't sound weird at all. Yeah, I'm a bad person. Oh really? You can't... also, like, once you have duplicate cards, they're just there? Or do they dust once you have the max? Your Majesty, something dwells in this house, a beast with burning red eyes and frightening growl. Perhaps it guards something worth finding, but only a few brave souls would be able to fit inside. Not all might return. Anything that has that, I'm taking it. It's you. You dwell in this house with burning red eyes and a frightening growl. I believe you, Washu. I believe you. So Ache. Yeah, if we take an Ache of Denel, it would have been cool. You can sell them on Steam Marketplace. Oh. That makes sense. Yeah, it's about time they start. Well, it's about time there was something new on the Steam Marketplace that was minorly interesting. Let's say, as are the typical odds in wartime. Send them in. Boom, what are you? Hello, Golden Echo. How are you doing? You know what? Like when like at the end of the weekend, or like when I've been on holiday or something like this, I always. I'm very good. Thank you very much for asking. I always look on Steam at the activity tab. I don't know what it's under actually. Yeah, under like your username then activity, just to see what's been going on. Like that's the only thing. Like what's been going on. I saw that you have Counter-Strike Source Golden Echo. I was like, really? That's so interesting. How did that happen? Press a Tainted Ale. Mark a unit and boost it by 10. After 3 turns on turn start, destroy that unit and self. So, okay. I mean, we're not going to use it anytime soon, but maybe there's a card that it goes really well with. Trouble in Terrorist Town, and Gary's mod needs it. Ah, okay. Yeah, so you're playing Gary's mod as well. Alizar ordered a jumper from Slow Fashion brand, and it's dyed with plant dyes. If it was stained or damaged by sunlight, what it got here? Sucks. Did you write to them? Can I send you a gift card for the whole purchase and told me to keep the jumper to save on carbon footprints? Oh. Did I get so many trinkets? I think it's just over time. Like it's not. I think. Ooh. Yeah, I should probably scroll up. I don't know. I mean, you remember this one, right? We had long conversations about this one. I don't know. I guess. I didn't even notice I had so many, to be honest. I think most of them come from just putting these cards together, the card pieces together. I mean, there's a reason why we chemists made new colors. Actually, I should... Sure, I will open it again for you, Golden Echo. This is a Mandrake, obviously. Any more questions, Golden Echo? Been playing, mostly playing Jackbox party back games. The boyfriend. That's cool. Please no. Okay. Sorry, Golden Echo. I think it's still okay with the terms of service of Twitch to show it. I think. Yeah, Jackbox party pack's pretty cool. I mean, I don't have any friends to play it with, but, you know. Besides that, it's cool. Are you... Okay, you're just at the end of the bridge, maybe? Okay, so we can go pray to the boobed thing over there. Hello? My lady, we spotted gold down there among the debris. We can send a few soldiers to dig it up, but if the rope snaps, those rocks will serve as their final resting place. Let's not. Is the most alcohol vegan? It depends. Beer, not necessarily, but it's also from like looking at a map or something like this. You can see that nations where they are quite close to the sea, well, say like Britain, like in the US as well, when they make beer, they use fish in the fermentation process. So, like, I think most Central European beer is fine, but a lot of other beer is not. Yeah, you're right. But even Guinness, I think they just changed it recently. But Guinness has it's called isinglass. So yeah, not all sugar is vegan either. It's horrible. Like it's like Pandora's box. Once you start paying attention to this thing, it just gets messy. It gets super, super messy. Malt. Yeah, it's a very nice thing. Alizara. Very, very nice. This side, I guess? Ooh, there's a puzzle in the snow. Delightful. How in the world can you tell what? Australia has a super cow. I saw that. That managed to get onto the to the Gwent subreddit, actually. Because there is you're right, it's like 6 foot tall or something like this, right, Golden Echo? In Gwent there is a card which is called Prize Cow or something like this. So everyone was really super happy about it. You can paste the link, Golden Echo, if you have a link to the picture. Yeah, olives are vegan, but they still suck balls. Lyrian winters are mild, frosts are rare, and snow, should any fall at all, melts the moment it lands. Yet Meave's soldiers had now witnessed an expanse of the frosty powder blanket, the peaks... an expanse of the frosty powder blanket, the peaks of Mahakam. Okay. They delighted in the harsh beauty of the frigid landscape, but then were struck with an ingenious idea to pack snow into small orbs and hurl them at each other. Hilarity and hearty laughter ensued for minutes. That is, until a troll joined their revelry. Which one of you is the troll that's joining the revelry here? To their terror, he had brought rocks to a snowball fight. Do not let Meave die. 6 feet tall is 180 centimeters. Ish. Where's Agnes? She's been longing for this show. I need to look at this picture again. Guys, you need to look at this picture. Jesus fucking Christ, man. You're the troll. Alright. Believe it. It's fucking ridiculous, that cow is, man. Okay. So what are we doing? Do not let Meave die. Do not let Meave die. It's like 6'7" or something like that. 6'8". Right into battle. Okay, so every turn on turn start, throw a troll's snowball at the row with the most humans. Okay. Move 3 cards to the other row on their side and damage any units moved by 2. So we just have to throw a troll snowball, throw a troll. I think. Okay, if it lands on a row, damage all units on it by 2 and force the 3 highest units to swap rows on their side. So maybe if we just go for a 50-50 to start off with.
We'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Every turn on turn start. Okay.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Okay. And so now we can go here. Ooh, we have to move 3 here. This sucks. And we can't move you. Ew, that's bad.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
So it damages all units on it by 2. So let's accept that.
A time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
You... Shit. That is not what I wanted at all. The cow is very distracting, yeah. Oh, how can you tell? I don't know, I think it's white sugar. I think it's mostly like beet sugar and stuff like this that is not vegan. I think like, I always use like Demerara sugar, which I think is okay, as far as I know. Hi everyone. I don't know. I think I've only heard white sugar not be vegan. That's all. So yeah, cane sugar and beet sugar. Here in Poland, beet sugar is really common because they can produce it here. I made a mistake. I don't know if I made a mistake, but I don't know how to fix this. No, this should be okay, right?
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
It still works. Cleaned with pulverized fish bones. Yeah, it's only for coloring as well, right? It's just ridiculous. Right, so if I play this, I can put it here. Like, I can play this and move this guy here, and these two will die. But it means that we'll get the rock on this row.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
It still works. Okay, so now we have to... I think now we have to take it, to be honest.
Aye.
Okay, so she can still take 2 hits. So...
Should have listened to me old
I'll take a risk here. Oh, fuck. I really fucked that up. Yeah, there's no way of fixing this. It may have been better to let her take another hit earlier on. There's definitely nothing else I can do here, right?
Thing about slings, they hide well. Hey?
Alright. Alright, so let's try this again. 2 damage straight away. Let's take the 50-50.
Spirit's willing and how, but these
Okay, so it doesn't actually...
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
So I think maybe this round I take the hit. So I take the hit, put you here, and then on the next round all of them will be pushed down to here. Then I can bring 3 of them back up here. Maybe that's what we do. No, not all 3. Force the highest 3. Yeah, okay. Probably should have taken that into consideration.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
So let's say, I don't know, like, I think we have to take the hit on this one.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Right. We also have to take the hit here. God, that sucks. No, this is not good. We're just going to be in a cycle of having too few people here. No, I don't know. We need to start again anyway. There's no way of doing this. Alright, thanks for that. So, next one we don't take anything. turn. And then next, we throw you down.
Should have listened to me old lady.
So like, the next turn, we can't do anything. There's literally nothing we can do on the next turn to prevent me from taking damage. As far as I can see. And so all three of these can be thrown onto this row next. So if we do that,
You'll be reaping black-clad heads.
take damage here, everyone goes down here. Slinger here.
Bigger they are,
1, 2,
easier
3.
they are to target.
Yeah, we're still in the cycle of having just 2. Again, there is nothing we can do here. So you force 3 highest units to swap rows. So again, we can put you here.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Okay, then we can move you. I'll move these 3.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Shit. I already know the solution to this. So, for example, throw this here. 1, 2, 3, get moved down here.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
Oh man, I fucked that up. No, I didn't. So... You thought you were funny when you said you're vegetarian parts of the day. I had a student the other day, and she said, she was talking about, I don't know what we were talking about, but she was like, are you vegan? Wow, I'm vegan too. And then she said, like, what do you eat? And I was telling her, blah, 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 whatever I eat. And she said, you don't even eat fish? I'm like, fish is an animal. And like, so she was like, yeah, I'm vegan, but I eat fish. I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, we already opened this up? Guess so. Right, so we're not touching those right now. I had that misconception before. I hear all the time, man. All the time. Alright, so we're making progress, guys.
Meave's force neared Davor's abyss. Signs of beastly feasting were not hard to find. Countless paw and claw tracks were impressed in the blood-stained snow. Among the boulders, bones picked clean were strewn about. Gascon lifted one from the ground.
Empty inside.
He said,
Something sucked out the marrow.
Meave's soldiers feigned indifference to the grisly sight. They marched on, their stepped rhythm unwavering, a song on their lips. Yet hearing a slight tremolo in their voices, Meave knew they merely sought to drown out their fear.
I think I missed something, Alizara. Wait, where did the sugar thing come from, Alizar? I think I missed it. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That's fair enough. If they don't reply, you know they're guilty. Yeah, Alizar is never threatening.
A moment later, a commander's horn sounded, the signal to halt. The Queen galloped to the fore of the column and found herself at the edge of a vast, round hole in the ground. She could not see the bottom. Meve drew her reins tight to prevent her mount from taking even one step forward.
What is this? A crater? A desiccated lake?
A mine of the strip variety.
Gabor explained.
Treasures we picked and shoveled for here. Diamonds. Till we happened on the beasts, that is.
What now?
Orion's a dam. Holds back a lake. If we can break it, water will rush in, fill the abyss and the tunnels from which the beasts emerge.
Could be a cool
Just
puzzle.
need to get around the mine first. Way down's on the other side.
Meve squinted and gazed into the distance. Indeed, there was the dam. And at its foot, a swarm of beasts roiled about. Her soldiers gazed at their queen expectantly, their arms at the ready. She knew well they would rush into battle, in spite of their fear.
Gabor!
Meve cried out over the whirling wind.
Have you bards here in Mahakam?
Course, your grace!
Then we shall give them good reason to compose this day, on the themes of courage, of heroism, of Lyria! Gee up!
And with that cry, the queen spurred her mount, grabbed a banner, and raising it high over her head, rushed headlong at the horrid swarm.
Let's go. Okay, the dwarves delved deep into Davor's abyss, and from it pulled diamonds of unsurpassed quality. These stones glistened at all the courts of the north, bejeweling crowns, capping scepters, studding chalices, and glamorizing ceremonial swords. Some stayed in Mahakam, though in more mundane incarnations as drill bits for crystal cutters. Yet the days of Davor's diamond delving were long past. Davor's diamond delving. Now only monsters crawl out of his dark abyss. Monsters crawl out of his dark abyss, guys. Ew. Gain 7 charges on your old catapult without it being destroyed. And keep your catapult well maintained on all sides. Okay, so this is going to be crew, right? Okay, so one round. Damage 3 adjacent enemies by 3. Okay, so you're just normal. The abyss isn't so bad, guys. Thanks for that, Washer. Thanks for that. But Davor's Dark Abyss. How about that? What do you know about Davor's Dark Abyss, Washu? It's nice, Alizar. I told you when I was in Malmö, they were really nice, like sorting us out with breakfast. It's really cool. Some interesting things that I haven't had before, but we just talked about like yogurts and stuff like that, right? Nothing amazing, but new vegan yogurts. Interesting for Adam. Okay, so every time on turn start, if there are units adjacent to this one gain 1 charge, then damage a random enemy by 5 and all other units on its row by 2. If these units' charge count reaches 7, Meve wins the battle. Okay, so gained 1 charge. I thought that doing this damage random enemy actually cost a charge as well, but it doesn't. So we just gotta keep allies on both sides. Alright, so damage all damaged enemies by 4. I think I'm okay using this one today. I think we probably don't need that. Let's raise cavalry. Sure. I don't really know what we want here. I think having this with this is great. I think we keep you. That's fine. I think I want the ones with the highest strength, actually. Is that a chat line, Chekhov? Sounds like you want to play in my campaign. You smooth motherfucker.
There's the way down. We need to break through and destroy the dam.
Right. So... don't tell me it didn't work, Washu. So I'm not sure if this counts. This is not going to count as a unit. Some call it the Stick of Truth. Alright. If there are units adjacent, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be considered a unit, but let's throw it down. I'll throw this down here.
Left, right, left, right.
Almost, Adam, almost. What, it almost worked? Veganism sounds like a religion. So the charge didn't work here, so let's do a drama here. Hello, sure. Kind of disappointing to get you so early. But fine, we can do that.
This could hurt.
Every turn on turn start, increase counter by 1. Yeah, we can maybe just get rid of this. Yeah, that sounds fair, Washu. Alright, so now we can actually take our turn as well. I think we can give a charge, give one charge to the card on the right.
Not going into the fray already, are we?
We'll hold on to that for a second. Oh, we need to keep you alive as well, right? Can we decoy it? I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Does it say? Without it being destroyed. If there are units adjacent to this one. Oops. Okay. So... let's do that.
Again.
Hey Ankev. How's it going? You hate mayo in real life? The hell? Enter. I don't really have too much to do now. I'm more confused by this than anything else, to be honest.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Your Grace, monsters approach from all sides.
Go on then. Now I'm just like... ooh. I have to place a mark? That's annoying. I think we're just gonna... Illyrian Horn, maybe? Hey, adamgonder. Hello, my friend. I can't do a Russian. I can't do accents, in fairness. How's it going, Clara? What are you doing with your day? The word sounds like a religion. Does everything with ism sound like a religion? Buddhism. Nothing special. You just made waffles. What? Living in Poland can't do Eastern accents. Man, I can drop the article like a Slav though. I can squat like a Slav as well. Don't really have too much Adidas stuff though. Hit 5 of them and you're pregnant? That's okay. Congratulations. Who is the father? Wonder how waffle babies look like. What am I doing with my life? Okay, drama, that's cool. You know what? Go there.
Waste of time for one like me.
And it's still not our turn. Are we set up so nicely? I can't play this because he wants me to put a mark on one of our people. This is so bad. Whatever. Decoy Odo? Yeah, but we don't need anything. That's the thing. Like, I'm holding decoy just in case the catapult loses health. Which doesn't seem to be happening, but it was down to 4 to start off with. The father is a waffle. Just doesn't stop talking. Yeah, I can imagine.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Ah, come on. I can't believe we're doing this.
Excellent! The dam's about to give!
Okay, we need 2 more charges here to win.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Knickers, you beast. Oh, come on, did you have to go on that side, guys? To be at the hospital at 6:40 tomorrow. It's pretty early, Mrs. Steel Rose. Yeah, Knickers the beast. It's the permanent beast. So, 1 more round. Sure. Need to go to bed like now. Alizara, I think maybe you're losing a little bit of Ooh, are you serious? Interesting.
Watch your heads.
Interesting that they just moved that across there. Huh. Okay. And that wasn't actually our turn. Yeah, now we can decoy Odo. Ooh. Let's not decoy Odo. Alright, cool. Nothing wrong with 12 hours of sleep.
Excellent work!
Alright, GG. Wasn't too tough.
And indeed, bards sang of this battle soon after. For no claws or fangs could break through the wall of shields the Lyrians raised that day. And no scales could protect the beasts from the Lyrians' stinging arrows and blades.
Fight!
Popcorn.
Do not relent! Let us show these beasts!
Popcorn.
It is they who should fear us!
The queen shouted. In the end, the beasts turned to flee, yet Reeve's force cut off any chance of escape. A solid wall of men began to push the monsters ever closer to the edge of Davor's abyss. Pressed from all sides, the horrors began slipping over the precipice, screeching terribly as they fell.
Okay, we have... That's a fucking cool card. Alright, so we have blood now. That card is amazing. Some lousy mouth hygiene. man. When your breath is actually red. That goes too far. I have no idea. You have to claim
Silence
it.
came at last. The queen stood at the edge of the precipice, breathing heavily, leaning on her sword. From the depths of the mine came muted growls and groans.
Let's flood the damn hole,
Hissed Gabor.
before any other shite crawls out of it.
Let's flood the damn hole, guys. Yeah, so you have to go and look in your camp to find out. Alizari, you said you liked this game. Now you have to stick with it. We have another 30 hours of it, so you should probably just learn to love it. Okay?
A rush of icy water suddenly rose, then just as abruptly plunged into the mine, flooding the pit. And where once lay Davor's abyss, now lay Davor's pond. Neve descended back into the pass, exhausted and covered in beastly blood, yet also exceedingly pleased. She was one step closer to dwarven support in the war against Nilfgaard.
I never noticed what the bot says, so it's funny when you say what's this insanity. I have
Once
no
the
idea.
Lyrians had put some distance between themselves and the now destroyed monster lair, Neve ordered her men to pitch camp. Then she sent the quartermaster off for food and drink. The soldiers lit campfires, then set aside their weapons. Soon after, lively music and song could be heard throughout the camp.
Your Majesty,
Reynard said from behind Meave's back.
a messenger from the Elder-in-Chief.
The Queen turned to see a dwarf in a richly adorned jerkin and a shako with golden seams. She stifled her laugh into a smile and lifted her chin proudly, expecting praise and a pledge of aid in the war against Nilfgaard.
Traveling in Europe is just too cheap, guys.
My lady, your daring deeds have come to the Elder's attention.
Said the dwarf in a measured voice.
He's positively irate and demands an explanation.
Irate? But why? I and my men, we've aided you greatly.
Elder Hoog awaits at the Long Bridge. You'd be wise not to keep him there any length of time.
And with that, all the Queen's enthusiasm for a celebration was instantly gone. She waited until the fires expired and the songs died down, then gave the order to march.
In Europe, yes, to Europe less cheap. Yeah, so we're going to Bucharest for the weekend because it's like, I don't know, 20 euros or something like this return. How can I say no to a price like that? Seriously. Day 234. First day of winter, going to be mighty rough. So cold the pickaxes are freezing to our hands, had to cease work. Because you also say no to US. No, the flights. I said the flights to Romania. But come on, it's Romania. It's not expensive, Ankev. The snow has day 239. The snow has started. 2 meters a day? What the hell? No plowing visibility. Chimneys barely poking out the snow drifts. You know nothing about Romania. Me either. Well, like, we always, it seems questionable, as in, it can't be worth it. Yeah. Well, like, it's... Let me read this, then we'll talk about it. Day 225. Monsters. Attacking from all sides. Hard to hold ground. Huge losses. Day 250. Had to abandon the mine. Retreating to Burroughs Rump. I would as well, to Burroughs Rump. Will return come spring. Petrit fucks. Yes, he does. Yeah, so somewhere warm where you can relax. May I recommend Morocco, Sicily? Also a good choice. But yeah, like I guess I talked about it a few times that like I have this thing where like I try to go to 3 new countries every year, and I only have 2 for this year so far, so I had to choose one, and I haven't been to Romania yet, so it has to be. And Kev, I have. Did I tell you I have a student? She's in Orlando, and she's so happy. She's wearing like sweater. The last 2 classes that we had, she was so happy to be wearing a sweater. She's from Brazil. Hot springs in Iceland. Iceland would be cool, but it'd just be dark, like 22 hours or something like this, right? It's 1 Celsius when you woke up this morning, yeah. Like she has classes with me at like 6 AM or something like this. Yeah, it's not safe to go to all parts of Morocco right now. When did you hear it? Guess we can go this way. Let's go this way first. Yeah, 6 AM class. Brazilians are like, I guess it's a kind of different like mentality in terms of waking up times and stuff like this, because in Brazil it's so hot that they probably don't work in the middle of the day, right? It's kind of like Spain, at least in the northern parts of Brazil, I think it is. And so they'll wake up early, then relax in the middle of the day and work more. Almost left the house without a sweater. So yeah, like this summer, I don't know. So I think we should go this way. This looks like a more secret pathway. And she's self-employed. Okay, there's nothing here. Nothing here. But yeah, like I had a nice time in Morocco. I had no problems in Morocco. I don't really like big cities in Morocco, but Marrakesh and like Fez kind of sucked. Casablanca is not that great. There's like a really cool mosque there, like one of the biggest in the world. It's really cool. But besides that, there is nothing of interest there. Oh, and I saw Casablanca as well. Like the cafe Casablanca, whatever it is. Yeah, like on Wiki Travel, they usually have like a travel warning if it's a dangerous place. But again, it's like it's always for US citizens, so it doesn't really apply in all cases. Okay. That's pretty cool. I like that. Smaller cities in Morocco are great. You'd like 25 to 32 all year round. Just live in Italy or something, right? Like when I lived in the south of Spain, I think it was like 15 in the winter. Which was okay. Petrit. You have a department that writes warnings online for travel warnings. Yeah, I think like there is one for every country, but when you go to Wiki Travel, it only refers to the American one. I agree, the mine must be excavated. Carry as much as possible of what you've extracted so far, and raise the red banner so our scouts can spot you in the snow. All of Borough's Rump looks forward to your safe return. Tom or Fox. Yeah, so far it feels like it's going to be pretty... It's not going to be too bad a winter, but we'll see. You haven't been in minus 15 ever. I mean, you'll only want to do it once, Ankef, to be honest with you. Once for like 3 minutes. It's not worth chasing down, to be honest. Welcome to the lands of Clan Vidmar. You share a tale, we share the ale. Hoo hoo ha. Okay, have we missed anything? Nope. Yeah, we still have high morale as well. So at one point you don't care if it's -5 or -15. It's just got, you are right, Chekhov. Totally right. It's just cold. You're right. That's exactly how it is. Like, it's not like you change your clothing based on that -10 difference. You're just wearing as thick clothes as you can in any case. -39 is spectacular. I would like to experience it as well. But again, as I said, for like probably 3 minutes. Okay, is this... Right, so that's where we have to go. Let's do this point of interest first.
Gazing towards the horizon, Neve noticed a dark shape outlined against the mantle of snow that lay on the ground. It proved a tower, toppled and broken in pieces. Around it lay the ruins of other buildings, blocks hewn out of basalt rock protruding from the permafrost.
That'd be the Clan Vidmar ruins,
said Gabor, hollering over the wind.
Rich ones had their clan seat here till earth tremors turned all into dust. Hundreds of dwarves lived here once, and now, not a living soul.
Ah! Help! Save me!
On the contrary, there was someone midst the ruins, and said someone was clearly in trouble. Neve ordered her men to find the unfortunate soul. They returned moments later, leading a dwarf whose teeth chattered. They had found him in a ruined building where he'd sought shelter from ghouls. Judging by his appearance, the dwarf had spent the better part of a week there.
Mirko Vidmar, they call me,
he said, patting down unkempt hair that seemed to reach in all directions.
I came here seeking a family heirloom, lost in the tremors and the chaos they caused. I ken the chamber where it ought to be, but, well, beasts made their lair there. I cannot drive them off on my own. But bold warriors like you ought to cut them down in a jiffy. So, will you help?
Of course we will always help. I was just thinking about how I love how the different tribes have different names from different parts of kind of Eastern Europe. Oh, maybe not Eastern Europe, but Europe in general. It's pretty cool. Let's help Mirko.
I lost my home, estate,
said the Queen.
So I understand well what you feel. I shall help you recover your heirloom. Call it a win.
Mirko Vidmar's face lit up. Though he'd spent a week besieged and eating stale biscuits, and though there was a hoarfrost in his beard, he quickly trotted to the front of the column and led the Lyrian soldiers to the underground chamber. As promised, beasts awaited there.
Can you imagine little Alizara walking to school? I can imagine little Alizara walking to school. Yeah, it's hard to know Anketh, but I think we all believe that you would get bored of it at some point. The way that we would get bored of hot weather at some point. The underground chamber was decorated with numerous reliefs portraying the heroic deeds of Zvonk, the Vidmar clan's progenitor. One depicted the dwarf strangling a Shelmar with his bare hands, another rescuing miners from a collapsed cavern, and the third wolfing down a succulent pork knuckle. It came as no surprise Mirko wished to regain the relics of his famous ancestor. Yeah, it's the same here, Chekhov. Central Europe is weird. We were talking about it with Alizara the other day. I didn't really explain it nicely, but like it's like the moderating effect. If you have like sea close to you, you kind of are protected from certain kinds of weather a little bit more. But like Central Europe, where you're just like hundreds of kilometers from the sea, it's just brutal. The swing in temperature. Okay, every 5 turns, consume a unit in your graveyard and spawn a base copy of it in my graveyard. Whenever a unit is played, it may be seized by this card. When a seized unit takes damage, move it back to its original position. Okay, so we want to be able to do damage there, I suppose. Mr. Steelrose. One day, when I get my act together and work out how to to do an IRL stream. I'll do an IRL stream in the snow from the concentration camp down the road. See how that was in the middle of the winter. So I should. I don't know when. And I don't know if I even can. But like, it shouldn't be too hard.
The ruins! From there they come! Drive them back!
Okay. So it's pretty cool, right? With a forfeit button has a chicken on it. Oh man, this game. So, getting rid of the Neko is probably nice. Mark. I don't really want to mark this unit, I want to just get rid of it. So I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, what's new? Hey. I can't. I have to just let this happen. Oy. Whenever a unit's played, it may be seized. Okay, just it may be seized. Okay, still, it's going to be doing damage there, so that's fine. This will do, it will damage the lowest enemy unit, which is not what we want. Sure, let's see how this plays out. I don't really know what's going on. Need to go to Florida and Sicily. Okay, so when a siege unit takes damage, move it back to its original position. Do I want to move it? I'm not sure I actually want to move it. Like, as far as I can see, we can just leave it there for as long as we want. So let's deal this damage first. Bring a slinger. Fine. Okay. So we can still do damage to this guy. I mean, we're going to take these back at some point, so we can just like hold on to it. I think damage all damaged enemies. No, that's not going to work. So we can, theoretically, we can take 8. So it says when the siege unit takes damage, move it back to its original position. I hope that includes taking damage on the shields.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Fine, game, fine. Okay, we have 0 points, guys. Wow, check off. Wow, Ankev. Right, so sure, we are just faffing at this point.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Right. Okay, continue doing damage. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit these three. And then we can get rid, well, we can damage these two. It's fine. Restore allies by 2 and damage enemies by 2. Could work. I think we could even leave this till last. I'm really hoping that these kind of things work.
Bigger they are, easier they are to touch.
It's fucking scandalous, man. You've not felt any darkness in you. That's great, Mrs. Theros. Is that because you feel so, Is it because you feel so comfortable there? Is like they've welcomed you so much, Mrs. Theros? So let's try. Let's just see what happens if we do this. Knickers! Alright, so now we can actually damage all damaged enemies by 4, then damage all enemies by 2. Yeah, feck off. Part of it's obvious how your brain works. If you feel like you're helping people, you feel purpose and meaning, and they have welcomed you nicely. Great. So Fiend, deploy half the power of 3 adjacent enemy units. Painful. Do we? I think. Well, so your base is 7 knickers, and yours is 8, fine. So let's decoy one of these. Nah, that's not good. I think maybe we don't even use the decoy.
What do you want of me?
Shit, we don't have anything there, right? So we can just do this for the next round. Should be enough. Yeah, basically. Actually, you know what? Like, excuse me. I think that's coming back anyway. You know what, Chekhov? In this game, because like past is like just always there for like puzzles and stuff like this. Like I can't get into the habit of like accepting past as like not a victory, but a victory of kinds. You know? Okay. And so it's kind of weird. Shit. I have to take this back. Fine.
Let's get a move on before any others show up.
I have no idea what's going on.
As soon as the fight was done, Mirko Vidmar ran towards a crate that stood on a pedestal, slipping on the now bloody floor. When the dwarf lifted the lid, precious stones spilled out.
Your heirloom? This?
Asked the Queen, rather puzzled.
I thought a pipe that belonged to your grandfather more likely.
Not male form, Ankev. I'm confused. Right, so we have golden froth. Yes, sir.
Seems to me Brother Mirko wasn't wholly candid with us. This here's no heirloom, no family souvenir. It's the treasure trove of Clan Vidmar. We thought it gone for good.
Pressed for the truth, Mirko admitted no family sentiment had prompted this expedition. The dwarf had planned to leave Mahakam and start a new life among humans. Yet he did not wish to do so without sizable capital.
I can't stand to stay here a moment longer. The days, all of them, they're identical. Rise with the first cockscrow, march in double file to the latrine, crap on command, 12 hours down the shaft and home to sleep.
Mirko complained.
Want a wifey? Put in an application. In triplicate. Care to snip your beard? Elders got to approve it. You want to add buttermilk, not cream, to your mushroom soup? Clan council's got to debate it. How's a dwarf not to get balmy?
Yeah, I think it was more about what's appropriate for the weather. Well, actually, I thought that, and then Alizara said non-skinny girl, and then I got confused. Because I thought when you said appropriate, it was only about the fact that it's freezing cold outside. To go balmy. Balmy is an amazing word. Do you have this?
I understand the lad, no two ways about it.
Gabor sighed.
But I feel it's my duty to remind yous that what Mirko's going and doing here, well, there are laws. Treasure's due the Elder-in-Chief, not to Mirko. That's one. Second, any dwarf that wants to leave Mahakam can't take nothing but his breeches, his dixie, and his coat. So, brief like, consider well afore you make your decision, Your Grace.
Balmy is crazy. I can't focus on both of these things at the same time. I'm failing as a streamer. It's like my only job is to focus on two things at the same time. So what? Let Mirko Vidmar take the treasure, or return the treasure to the Elder-in-Chief, or keep the treasure, guys? I say we return it. We need to have these guys happy with us.
I sympathize, Mirko,
said Neve.
but I'm a crowned head. I must decline. National interest requires I show the greatest possible care for my relations with Elder-in-Chief Hugh. Yet in aiding you, I could sour those greatly. I shall return the treasure to him, I must. While you do what you will.
Mirko Vidmar swore under his breath, then jostled his way through the Lyrian infantry and into the mountains, towards human lands.
Alright. So we got some money. Right. So, yes, treasure. Treasure, 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 guys. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Treasure first. Yeah, when it's about men not being able to wear certain things, it's sandals and socks, which I actually agree with, but that's for anybody. I don't think anybody should be wearing sandals and socks. But it's also like not wearing things that are too feminine as well and stuff like this, right? Okay, so we found... Okay, card that can be using Gwen, fine.
Frozen. Oh. Only the banner moves. Blown by the wind.
Downright poetic. Prime material for a ballad. Perhaps even a whole saga.
Right, so did we look at the previous card? We didn't, we got distracted, right? You have flip-flops. Okay, so we didn't look at blood, right? Look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2, then discard the rest. That could be pretty good, actually. Let's throw something for that. Man, I have an Oreo cake waiting for me, guys. You guys mind if I finish the stream early today? Boost all allies on a row by 4. I think I really want this blood. I don't really know what to drop though. Like, damage all damaged enemies by 4. Adding that to damage enemies by 2 is really, really good. So I think we probably sacrifice this just to see. This has been really a good servant to us. Eat the cake on stream. Once again, living out fantasies. Yeah, not here, Mr. Steel Rose. But they do exist. They're still a thing. For sure they are. Alright, so where are we going? Yeah, okay. We should probably go back here just to pray, so lonely people can eat together. I mean, shit, we're playing here, so lonely people can play together as well, right? It's super interesting what Ray and Leska was saying the other day about how people actually sleep in VR as well. Yeah, it originated in Korea, that's for sure. Did we have a quick travel? No. Okay. You want to tell me about DS2? You started DS2? Do I know the 3 Knights? I know the 3 Knights, but which one? Are you talking about the one that's Havel? That's not 3 Knights. Sorry. No. Why? No. What does it look like? Think of. Help me out with like its real name or something. Could be 3 Night Kittens if you wanted to. They're, oh sorry, they're all tall, lanky, and gold. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Tall, lanky, and gold, I gotcha. Rune Sentinels, okay. 2-story fight with small platforms, yeah, they're horrible. It's the shittiest collision you've ever seen from us in a From Software game. From a From Software game. Collision in what sense? You know, I got I got Dark Souls on Switch. And I was playing at the weekend.
Lyrians rode a narrow, winding path along the rocky ridge. To one side were ice-covered boulders, to the other, a chasm hundreds of feet deep.
They could have at least erected some barriers,
complained Gascon, knocking snow from his cap.
Got plans for that?
Gabor said.
Just need to decide how high to make them.
What?
Think. Should they be the height of your average dwarf or a human? The debate's gone on for 20 years. On the one hand, you've got...
Gabor did not finish his discussion. He was interrupted by the Baba Ghazi that jumped down from the rocks.
Archers, shoot! Aim for underbelly!
Neve's soldiers made quick work of the lone monster. But the sound of battle spooked the horses harnessed to one of their wagons.
Whoa there! Whoa, damn it!
Ankev. How used to dogging are you?
The driver tried to rein in the animals, but could not. They dragged him into the chasm along with his cart and the soldiers riding in it. They landed a few dozen feet below on a rocky outcropping. A moment later, Baba Ghazis swarmed everywhere.
Did you see how they fared? Anyone left alive?
Asked Neve, leaning over the cliff edge.
Worry more about their cargo.
Gascon replied.
They were also carrying chests of gold.
Blast. We can't get down there. Too steep and the snow keeps falling.
We can lower ourselves down a line. But without armor, shields, or heavy weapons, otherwise it will snap.
And the Baba Ghazis?
The Queen said, brow raised.
We shan't kill them with daggers. They're too thick of armor.
We'll have to try. Or continue on our way.
Let's try, I guess.
You only live once.
Neve
Wow.
sighed.
Gascon, round up some volunteers and let us move out.
Moments later, the Queen was lowering herself down a line straight towards the gaping maw of a Baba Ghazi. Her only armor, a woolen shirt.
Hey Rain, let's go. How you doing? You woke up, you made it. You made it. First of all, is dogging the same thing in the USA that it is in England? First of all, I need to know. Yeah, blocking is weird, but I mean, I was doing dual wield as well in DS2, right? So you don't know what dogging is. Okay, I need to find a definition of dogging for you. This is an Urban Dictionary thing. Dogging certificate. Okay, dogging sexual slang. Okay. Dogging is a British English slang term for engaging in sexual acts in a public or semi-public place or watching others doing so. So if you're used to dogging, but I'm saying like in terms of being able to block, like we're supposed to go just get a shield for that fight, you know? Ridiculous. How's it going, Rain Alaska? Did you have a nice sleep? What in the world? It's just the slang that's coming. Ankev said it. I'm just enlightening you. I'm defining words that I see. Weird. A weird sleep. What did you dream about? It's funny because the word dogging became famous because a football player, a soccer player for my team was caught doing it in a car park. So it really wasn't a word in my vocabulary until I was about like 14, and this guy got caught doing it in a car park famously. You feel awful. Like you had a bad dream? Or bad sleep generally? You're literally getting hit by stuff that didn't come near you. Vertical attacks that hit you when you were beside him. Yeah, I think that's like a massive complaint of DS2. The hitboxes are all over the shop, but saying that after playing Dark Souls over the weekend, hitboxes are all over the shop there as well. Mi's parents long refused their noble-born daughter lessons in the art of the sword, but she practiced in secret, wearing a blouse instead of armor, a kitchen knife in place of a sword, imitating the movements she witnessed at knightly tournaments. Now, forced to fight without proper equipment, her childhood exercises would prove more useful than she had ever thought. Eliminate the Baba Ghazi. You're in pain. Hope you feel better soon, Rain Alaska. Have to take care of yourself. You have very, very little complaints. Cool, okay, maybe it's just me, like, me being me. Right, so what's going on here? Every turn on turn start, if this unit has not taken damage since its last turn, move all units on the same row as fallen soldiers to the... Wait. Fallen soldiers. Move all units on the same row as fallen soldiers to the other row. Okay. Every turn on turn start, if there is a unit on the right, gain 1 charge. Otherwise, remove 1 charge. If this unit's charge count reaches 5, Meave wins the battle. Okay. If it reaches 0, Meave loses the battle. Okay. Is it like a condition that you're aware of, Randaleska, or is it you just feel bad? Let me just Google this gut sword. If that's what it's called. Is to guts sword. Oh. Of course I don't get a picture. It's a big fucking sword, yeah. So basically we just need to keep doing damage to these guys and put a card here. That's all I understand right now. So this is useful. You not so useful. Same with you. Same with you. I do again, not useful. Strays bomber, good. Okay, let's take that. Let's see.
Careful! No one try to be a hero!
Colossal Greatsword, cool. Right, so every turn on turn start, if this unit has not taken damage since its last turn. So, let's make sure we damage you guys first. Let's start with that. Okay, sorry, I asked too many questions, Randaleska, but don't feel uncomfortable talking about it either, though. We're adults, we can talk about it, but sorry if I asked too many questions. You'll get used to that. So, if there's a unit on the right,
watch your heads.
in turn. Did they both just take damage? Did they both just take damage? How far are you into the game then, Ankev? Yeah, hot water bottle, Randaleska. So that's all I know about. That's all I can recommend, I guess. So wait, so yeah, so you both took damage, that's fine. So we're up to 4 here. Is there anything else we want to play? Okay, perfect. So I think we're okay now.
We'll catch 'em all!
If this unit's charge count reaches 5, Meave wins the battle.
Oh, that was close.
Okay. Are you enjoying it, Ankev? Kind of curious about how you feel about it.
Sword and shield, Meave could not withstand a single blow. She thus danced atop the frozen snow, deftly dodging the Barbigazi's lightning-fast strikes, while delivering but a few well-aimed hits of her own, to their eyes, ears, and gaping jaws.
That was the one that came up when I put it in Google, actually. Ankev. It's a pretty sword.
When the last monster fell lifeless to the ground, Meave walked up to the shattered wagon. The soldiers it had carried were bruised, frostbitten, but alive.
Your Grace, we were sure you'd leave us.
A good ruler never abandons her folk.
Nor her goal.
Gascon interjected, while securing a rope to a chest.
No, it's pretty. Let's say chicks dig scars, right, Ankev? I'm further in the game than you now. Yeah, but you don't care about the game, do you, Rainliska? So it's kind of... I'm not sure it's an achievement. How was your Thanksgiving and your Black Friday anyway, Rainliska? I think I'm not too far in front of you.
Soon enough, all were safely back on the path. The admiration Meve saw in her soldiers' eyes was in itself sufficient reward for her difficult battle.
Not very far in DS2 though. Okay, so you have the guy that you fight in the dark now. There's a pain in the ass because he keeps moving out of the range of the lock-on. God, I really didn't like that enemy. Work sucks, you're working a lot this month. But don't work too hard, okay? Even when you're at work, don't work too hard. Okay, we have another puzzle, yay guys. I'm curious about how you feel about the game, Ankev, after a while. We'll see. Mindful of the intensifying snowstorm, Meve halted the march at a roadside inn by the name of Stone Hearth. Waiting for a turn in the weather, Meve killed time by playing a round of Gwent with the innkeeper. It appeared the residents Mahakam played... Wait. It appeared the residents Mahakam played? Residents of Mahakam played by a set of rules different from what humans were accustomed to in the lowlands. Were enough of this sword you would hate it. Sucks. It's bad news. Destroy the Stone Hearth's resident hero, Garth Rockstew. Nice name. Units whose armor is reduced to 0 are destroyed. Every turn, draw a card. 1 round. Golden Drake, that's a cool card. Enemies are nice, environments are nice. I really can't tell you how much you hate Bad Collision. I'm starting to understand, Ankov. I'm starting to understand. Is this... Okay, gain 1 mana. Every turn on turn thought the total amount of mana crystals increases by 2. Does this seem familiar to anyone? Destroy Stone Hearth's resident hero. Okay, so mana cost 1, draw a card. Order. Either damage the enemy hero by Golden Drake's power, or force Golden Drake and an enemy to damage each other once by their own power. Sure, let me read that again. Sure. Why is there mana? Because it's a puzzle game and it's taking the piss out of Hearthstone, or just referencing Hearthstone, I guess. Don't really know what's going on, to be honest. We have a parrot. You have a surly patron. Sure. Yeah, mana cost 1, mana cost 2. Yeah. Okay, draw a pirate from your deck. Either damn... Sure, let's play that.
Scurvy scratches!
Okay, so that scared the shit out of me. Okay, it's gonna reappear every turn. Sure. Interesting. Cool card, right? Alright, so now we have 2 mana crystals. So order, either damage the enemy hero by Parrot Field Marshal's power, or force Parrot Field Marshal and an enemy to damage each other once by their own power. Wow. Man, I don't like this. Is it surprised that I don't like Hearthstone? 4, 3, 2... Yeah, Anko is hating on Dark Souls 2. Check off, to be clear. Either damage the enemy hero by 2, or force... Why would...
You've sailed into troubled waters, mate.
Okay, so... Okay, Roach is the pirate. I have no idea what I'm doing here. A very large wisp. I feel like just attacking this. Damage the enemy hero by Roach's pirate power. Roach is the pirate power. Washo, do you like Dark Souls 2? Positioned by the amount of damage taken by the hero on your side of the battlefield. Okay. Either damage the enemy hero by Frozen Giant's power, or force Frozen Giants in an enemy's... Man, what a load. Is this really what Hearthstone is like?
Gods are blowing fair winds the day.
Kinda. Oh man. Every turn on turn and damage a random enemy by 8. By 8? What? Does it really, Ankov? Okay. Right, either damage the enemy hero by the power, or force... Warning, blast balls may explode. Just so you all know.
Yes.
Blast balls may explode. I don't get any of this for sure. I'm sure it's really, really entertaining, guys. It's just completely lost on me. So if we... So here we should battle, right? Can we? Cool. Did that? Shh. Okay, I didn't see what the first one did. The second one was 1 though. Alright. So 5. So this will be boosted. We can hold on to this till it's the final blow, maybe. Actually, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Okay. So we can actually do that next round. Let's just put something else down. We can't. We don't use all. Okay, fine. Man, I'm glad we're out there. Jesus. Okay, Blizzard. Blizzard, hey? Spawn and play 2 random trinkets. I mean, again. I don't know. I like it, but we're not really using decoy as much as we were, so maybe it's a candidate. Blizzard card is pretty. Would you like to have a closer look at it? I guess it is kind of your color, Washu, right? Oh, I guess you're greener. Alright, let's continue. Okay, we have a box, also known as a chest. Alright, thanks for that.
Welcome to me inn.
I'm not playing that game again. I'm kind of happy that they did that, but still, I'm happy that we finished it as well, to be honest. Alright, can we upgrade? Thank you very much. Just trying to get this fully upgraded now. What are you? Fine. Is there anything else we can... Nope. Nearly there. Alright. Hey, I was wondering, any of you guys played Fallout 76? Or had any interest in it at all? Would you like to hear the stories, Chekhov? Is that what you're asking? Because it sounds like you're just accusing me or something, but like, we can play this. We can play all the stories here if you like.
Yes, Your Grace?
How go things, Reynard? You and Gascon get along now, I hope.
Well, you might say we've established a certain rapport, Your Grace.
Tell me more, friend.
I don't pry into his affairs, nor he into mine.
I'd prefer it if my commanders worked together more closely.
Your Grace, the man's a brigand.
Oh, Reynard. He was a brigand.
I must disagree, I fear. Yes, he stopped thieving for now, but only because it's convenient, so to speak. Gascon isn't a changed man. He still hasn't an ounce of honor, dignity.
Yet he has a unit of armed men, without which we'd be much worse off. Might not even have survived.
Agreed. The Strays are excellent fighters. I'd be the first to admit it.
I think I need to go. I'm glad I got to see you for a bit. I just feel like garbage. Thanks for the stream, Adam. Less than 3.
Take it easy, Ren. Let's go. Hope you feel better soon. Less than 3. Take care. Thank you very much for the cheer as well. See you later, my dear. So, watch the Code Fallout 76 review. I will. I didn't know he had done one. Yep, Ren Lesko did do that. It's alright. Don't worry. There have been more random things read out. Don't you worry about that. More random things read out in a Welsh accent. But thank you, and please feel better soon.
I only fear they might turn on us, leap at our throats when we least expect it.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Alright, who would you like to speak to, Chekhov? Who is your preference? Would you speak to Gascon, Gabor, Lemon, or Barnabas Beckenbauer? See you later. Bye-bye. Lemons is the man, okay.
Yes, milady?
You choose not to follow your king, Xavier. Why?
To fight in the field, with you. This was my wish, my lady.
But what of your home? Rosberg must be rebuilt. Engineers are needed.
I've no kin in Rosberg. No soul left for me there. All I've left is revenge.
He's super interesting. His face, like, maybe normally his face was super interesting as well.
I understand.
But I love his outfit. Just the texture on his outfit is just so fucking cool.
Other matters await my attention. We shall speak later.
As you wish, my lady.
Let's speak to Barnabas Beckenbauer.
Your Majesty, allow me once again to express my undying gratitude.
You're most welcome, Barnabas, but please, we haven't need for any formalities when speaking alone.
Well, of course. How might I help you then?
Tell me about yourself.
I like to know. No, I must know who I travel with. Please do tell me about yourself.
About me? I've most civil relations with dwarves, as you saw. But is there anything in particular you'd like to know?
I know somebody who looks like him.
Why not start at the beginning? Tell me where you hail from, perhaps.
Oh, right. I was born in the distant south, in Tir Tokair. My mother was a washerwife, my father, an armourer. Soon as I'd passed 40 winters and could strike out on my own, I left the family, my native parts. So I've been on the road now about, 20-odd years.
Indeed. A rather long while. Did the South simply not suit you?
Oh, I wouldn't say that exactly. It's just staying would have meant stepping into my father's shoes. Then forging blade after blade, plate after plate. Oh, just thinking on it sets my head a-spinning. Not for me, that, no. No, nature. The world so rich in mysteries, in wonders left to discover, and ways to make it a better place.
By building bombs that explode in the hand, for instance.
As those bearded fellas say, Mahakam wasn't built in a day. Besides, nobody was seriously hurt by those malfunctions. Not many, at any rate.
At
What are you working on?
Have you any invention you've worked on? One that's near complete?
Oh, so kind. Oh, wonderful, you should ask. See, I've ever had an avian fascination. For birds, you see. Their wings, bones. The structure's perfect. The aerodynamicism, the plumage. In short, I believe I can fly.
Aerodynamicism? Does it sound like a religion? Chekhov? Maybe you're right.
I beg your pardon.
Yes, I'm learning to fly. Fly. You've not misheard. I, Barnabas Beckenbauer, will be the first Norm... Oh, what am I saying? The first mammal to free himself of the soil's bondage and soar to the clouds.
Aerodynamicism. Would it be mean of me to say that he's going to learn to fly with those ears? Just a simple yes or no.
But aren't
Clearly a sect.
also...
Ha! A detail! This is no time to be petty, no. But frankly, my preparations are far advanced, and I'm rather optimistic about my design and prospects. I've calculated every trajectory, every force, it all works out. Just need to do a few more field tests.
Did you have volunteers try it, or did you test the design yourself?
Naturally, I must stay on the ground. Who take all the measurements elsewise. Luckily, there's no lack of thrill seekers in Mahakam. Most eager to etch themselves into the annals. My first prototype, the Skylicker, I dubbed it. Oh, your majesty, if you'd only seen the beauty. Flew over 120 Ls.
The Skylicker, guys. The fucking Skylicker.
Truly? Colour me impressed indeed. He must have made quite the name for himself, your brave volunteer. I'm certain he's caught the eye of every she-dwarf in Mahakam since.
Oh no, he's dead. The landing, it was rough. And then a bear sauntered by, didn't help any. Anyhow, as he died, the dwarf swore he regretted nothing. Brave lad. A bit daft, though.
I see. But the next time you request I try one of your inventions, I'd ask you to remind me of this touching tale.
Farewell for
I
now.
attended to other matters.
Ah, yes, you're still here. Off you go, then.
Off you go then. To the Queen. Off you go then. Oh, whatever, man. We'll come back. Chekhov, remind me to come back to it, okay? I'm happy to play a lot, just... and to remember, I guess.
Oh, that's up a Shilemar's arse. Braving the snow in those meagre courts, are ye? Truly. Thought yourselves here for a spell afore moving on. Oh, that's up a Shilemar's arse.
That's a good idea, Chekhov. Give me... You know what? Underbot is upset. Underbot is gonna miss me as well when I go away in December. You know? So yeah, maybe Chekhov is right that I should stand up. Give me 2 minutes. Do I plan my toilet visit? I don't have a toilet visit, but Ola works here, so it's kind of like I can't really, like, walking around the house is not really good while she's working, so it's kind of better for me to stand up when she's not working, like when she's on a break or something. That's it. But I think she's working until like past, so maybe I'll just stand up and stretch. So be right back. I was just reading your message, Anchor, before I unmuted myself, and I was like, my PC is making a horrible noise today. I actually cleaned it on, like, with condensed air, like I cleaned it on maybe Saturday. Like, it's basically the first time it's been on for like more than an hour or something. And just suddenly noticed it's making a weird noise. Oh shit, we didn't do scouting? Okay, we did. But we didn't need to do any more scouting. Hello? Aren't you a pretty one? Okay, maybe not. The fact that Elder Bruverhoog had finished spring cleaning had not meant the passage was safe. Off the beaten track amidst icy windswept ruins, beasts still skulked. Fuck. Ready to ambush ambush naive travelers who strayed too far from the road. Eliminate both the reckless and shrewd vampires. Do not let any more of your soldiers get seized. And use your leader's ability. It stopped. Alright. So you got seized. Nice one, Wagenberg. So every 2 turns on 10 starts, seize the highest unit on the opposite row and move it to your allied range row. What? Boost an ally by 4 and give it 1 armor, then trigger all allies' loyal abilities. So what, we're taking this back? No, wait, you're just a soldier. Okay. It's like, just thinking that they're decoys. Okay, so every 2 turns on turn start, seize the highest unit, blah blah blah. Seize the lowest unit. Do not let any more of your soldiers get seized. Okay, so only puppets can be seized? So... if we boost this one... No. So you boost yourself by 5, so you're gonna be 10. We boost you, so it's plus 4. So we can make you the highest. How do we stop you from being the lowest? This? So like, this round it's gonna be the highest one that gets taken. So we want that to be the puppet. Then the round after it's gonna be the lowest. Cooldown is 3. This is weird. Okay, so he's one of these two gets taken now. Highest unit. Fine. Next is the lowest, so we can boost this one and boost this by 5. Making this the lowest. What is that? Okay, so this is just the normal abilities for these two. that this normally gives 1 charge to the card on the right, but it's no use here. No use here because we deployed it. But what? Okay, so we have to... Yes, we have to get another 3 cards placed onto this row, basically. So you're going to be taken next. Oh, we didn't take anything. We didn't play anything. Fine. So Lois gets taken. Fine. Yes, we need 4 on the armor. Not 4 on the charge, but 4 on the armor. So next is going to be the highest. So let's play you. Good. And then we play the lowest. Huh. Every 2 turns on turn start sees the highest unit. How the hell do we avoid that? That really destroyed me there. Oh, it didn't. I got completely confused there. Well, I lost sight of what was simple, I guess. Alright. That is a lot of loot. The Workers' Commission has determined that the nasty stench floating around Crag Pass gold mine is not in fact a fart, alters or otherwise, but is caused by methane fumes. As a result, please heed the following. Do not enter the mine until the stench is cleared, under no circumstances. Do not come within 30 paces of the mine's entrance with a flame. Apologize to Valta for any inconvenience you've caused her. Ooh-hoo-ha. Scandalous. Poor Valta. Poor Valta. Oh my god. You know, let's go this way first. Cemetery? Dear son, if you've opened the family tomb, it can only mean your father has passed and now rests in peace beside me. Please do not grieve, for this is the way of life. Always has been, always will be. You're the head of this family now. It won't be an easy undertaking, but fret not. I set aside a sizable sum for this very day. You find it where we used to watch the sunset. May your future be long and bright. Your mom, Varka. Florida Space Program. Yeah, Cape Canaveral is actually in Kev's living room. Okay. Here. Yeah, it has to be here, right? I think this is just going to be like a choice thing. No.
We've now witnessed a sorry sight. A mass funeral for miners killed due to a tragic convergence of events. Their lead caskets lay upon the snow, wreaths of hop cones laid upon them in turn. The mourners waited for the diggers to finish. The digging was tough, for the ground was frozen. As the crunch and thud of picks and shovels continued, the dead miner's foreman scrambled onto a boulder to make a speech. Angry shouts and loud booing stopped him.
You knew it! You knew they'd smelled vapors, but you ordered them to keep digging till it blew up in their faces!
Make the daily quota whatever the cost, eh?
You've blood on your mitts, whore son!
A mourner then picked up a chunk of frozen ground and threw it at the foreman. Blood spurted from the gash that appeared on his forehead. The first dirt chunk was followed by another, then by a rock, a brick. Meve realized that if she did not intervene, the foreman stood to be stoned to death.
Let him die, let him die, let him die.
Something had to be done quickly. Neve saw this clearly. She spurred her mount and rode into the cemetery, pushing through the throng, then stopping before the foreman, the horse shielding him from further blows.
Calm yourselves! Silence! His guilt cannot be decided here. It must!
Before Neve could finish her plea, a large rock thrown from the crowd struck her bosom, nearly knocking her from her saddle.
Her bosom,
Upon
guys.
seeing this, her Lyrian escort lowered spears and drew swords and rushed at the angry mourners.
Shino Kren!
Isbel cried out. Her hands began to radiate a fierce light that blinded both dwarves and Lyrians alike.
Have you lost your minds, all of you together? Not had your fill of misfortune yet? Lower your arms at once.
Whether the power of Isbel's magic or the force of her appeal had the greater effect is difficult to say for certain. Either way, both sides suddenly lost the desire to fight. Neve breathed a sigh of relief, aware that if not for Isbel's intervention, a great amount of blood would have been spilled at that cemetery.
Not the bosom, exactly, was you? Hey, Mr. Steelrose, how's it going? What did you buy? Popcorn? I need popcorn this evening.
Knew there'd be a stink cause of this. Well, we may have gotten a wee bit carried away.
Just a wee bit.
Good you brought back some order. Knew there'd be a stink. Well, we...
Good for working some chocolate. And a new padlock. Is that like the key to your heart or something like this, Mrs. Steelrose? Suddenly, a piercing shriek came from above. Without a chance to react, a large creature swooped down from the sky and plucked up an unfortunate infantryman. His blood was spattered across the snow, leaving a crimson trail straight to the beast's nest. Okay, yalla. To your locker at work. Also that, okay. Right, what's going on here then? Opponent resilience on round start, spawn a harpy egg on each side of this unit. After 4 turns on turn start, consume the lowest units on the battlefield. Okay, I think I want... Don't need you two. Don't need 2 of you at least. I kind of want to try blood out. Security guard, I had to help you break the last one because you misplaced the key. Oh, Mrs. Steelrose. Don't worry, I did that in a gym. I didn't misplace the key. I think I forgot the... No, you know what? Like, I think I accidentally changed the code on it. I came out of the shower. I couldn't get into my thing. I had to go to like reception in a towel. It was a lot of fun. That was a really fun day. Really fun day. Let's see what happens here. At least it wasn't ha 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 lol Alizar. So we can spawn harpies here. Ooh, this is a 3-rounder. That's hilarious. Yeah. No, I didn't find it too embarrassing at the time. I don't know why. I should have found it embarrassing, but I didn't actually. The key to your heart is genuine warmth and cookies. Like fire. It's basically fire and cookies. So I want to get rid of this one this round. Well, not this round, but yeah, this round.
The chase is on!
I know, I'm just messing, Mrs. Steelrose. Everyone loves fire. Boom, boom, Mrs. Steelrose. I wouldn't do that. We have to accept the harpies, unfortunately. Okay, Slyzard. Slizzard. Is it Slizzard, guys? I feel like it should be Slyzard. I prefer Slyzard.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Lizard Wizard. Is it Lizard or Wizard? Washu. I had to check your name again. Not because I forgot your name, but I forgot who wrote it. Sorry. I'm the worst. Alright, so we can get rid of you two if we want.
Hey?
1, 2, 3, sure. So hopefully we can... Let's not. You can eat to my stream. That's okay. I hope you enjoy your food, Mrs. Steel Rose. Today you refer to the vegetarian and meat part of your routine. So what are you eating now? I thought you said that you were vegetarian during the day. Or the first part of the day. So you're saying in the evening? Pizza with kebab meat, okay. So now is the daytime for you still? What time do you change? When the full moon comes out or something like this? I think we can do this. Damage all damaged enemies by 4, then damage... Yeah, come on, let's do that. It's gonna be fun. – 6 PM. Gotcha. I think we can try to get rid of... Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. And then we can get rid of all of these. So they won't spawn anything. Perfect. Okay, end turn. We're going to skip anyway the next turn. Unless they go ahead of us. 18. Okay, cool. So we can pass now. Wait, do I want to decoy? No, I'm going to decoy the bomber, I think. It's your way of gradually changing what you eat. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes more sense than eating what you eat, that's for sure. Alright. So we lost the first round. I think this is pretty cool. This is what we pray to. I think it's really, really cool. I saw things... Not like... The lower half of it is really similar to a place I was in Malta. Like one of the oldest religious sites in Europe. It's really cool. Only the bottom half. There was no boobage. I was gonna say there were no boobies, but I changed it to there was no boobage. Anyway, less boobage talk. More drummers. Yeah, we'll take this. Okay, fine. So... Sure, we can just attack here. And do that. Let's...
Don't shake that!
Oh shit. Didn't say that it passed. I'm taking this back. See, like the fact that like so often we have like single round puzzles where everyone just, well, the enemy always passes. It can be weird. It's on our graveyard. I look more relaxed and happy than last week. Okay. I wonder why that is. I mean, I should be more relaxed because I did just relax for like 4 days straight. But did I look unhappy last week? Really? I think we take one of these. I think that's what we're going to take. So it's okay to have the field medic. They just look happy. It's all about scales. Okay, got you. Cool. Nice. As long as I didn't look unhappy last week, because I wasn't. That's great news. Glad to hear it.
This could hurt.
I'm glad you guys noticed these things as well. It's
Watch your heads.
it's a nice thing. Okay, shall we? No, unfortunately we can't. Back with food. That's how you work. Cool. So sensitive to people's signals. Yeah, sorry, I read what you said, Alizar, but I didn't acknowledge it. Soy yogurt and avocado toast. I don't think I have anything that interesting in my house right now. People told you that. I mean, if you notice, then yeah. It must be true, right? If people notice that you notice. Okay, so yeah, you know what? Let's no. Let's do this.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Okay, so spawn a harpy, fine. Shit, that's not gonna work. It's not how I wanted it to go. I didn't consider that would be lower. What are you eating in Chekhov? So I can't re-summon these guys, so I can take any of these. We might as well go for it now.
You must sweat like a swine in that.
Oh, it's random. Should really pay attention. Should really pay attention. Some buns with salami and cheese. So do you... In Germany, like if you have bread and then like things on top of it, do you consider it a sandwich? Or does it have to have two pieces of bread with something in the middle? I have arguments with Polish people about this very often. Very often. Okay, so let's do... Actually, first... Let's do this. Sandwich is two pieces. Yeah, in Poland. In Poland, they're not having any of that. Ah, to you as well, Meave. Two pieces. Yeah, see the problem is that in Polish, the Polish word for sandwich is kanapka. And so it's like canapé, which is a French thing with like just bread, right? And so they have the word sandwich, but yeah, they say it's one piece. Crazy people. Alright, look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2, then discard the rest. No, so we have to play this first, right?
Left, right, left, right.
You're off for your lunch nap. Enjoy your nap, Washu. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out with us today. So what if you have 2 pieces of bread but they're separate? Like you eat them like this but they don't touch each other? Call it an open-faced whatever. Oh. So, okay, so we have to wait again. With this one. Straits cavalry, sure. Like a piece of bread toppings, air times 2. Yeah, for me it's not a sandwich. Is it a sandwich for you, Alizara? Okay, more marks. And now we can play you. It's not great. So yeah, Lemons is no use to us here. Neither are the High Dukes. So let's just run Slinger and Field Medic. Fine.
Bigger they are, easier they are to tap.
Sauerkraut is ooh. Sauerkraut is nice. What's wrong with you?
Tell me you jest.
Yeah, I can't even tell you if it's right, Chekhov, to be honest. Wait. Ew. What's an English subtitled sandwich? Intern. I don't know. I don't know if people say that about salmon, to be honest. If they say different kinds of meat coming from, yeah, maybe Ankev knows, but I think you just say salmon. Oh, salmon lax. Wow. There you go. Right, so this is a GG anyway. Let's be serious.
We'll catch 'em all!
Alright. Some unlocks. You'd be surprised about how many names and surnames get butchered when they end up in the USA. I'll leave somebody else to click on the pictures of dead animals. Pretty sure I don't need it in my vocabulary, but still. It's kind of. Well, something made it across. Okay, so there is something. Oh, okay. I didn't notice this one here. Alright, let's go north. We have some treasure here, I believe. And we're actually quite close to the end of the act, maybe? Maybe? Wait, did we miss a... No. I don't think we did miss a shrine. You're ready for any talk we want to have about food.
The Lyrians ascended the highest section of the Mahakam range. Snow crunched under their boots, cold air stung their lungs, and the wind snapped at their cloaks. Meve wiped sweat from her brow and turned to Reynard.
There! By the rocks! We shall...
Do I have to click? Game?
The rest of her words were drowned out by a powerful blast. The entire mountain rumbled with a low, vibrating roar.
That's a cool sound.
The sound grew louder, echoing off the rocks, splitting their ears. The Lyrians looked around, disoriented. Few heard Gabor's warning.
Dinna just stand there! Get behind the rock! Quick! Hurry!
Meve followed the dwarf's gaze and cried out in terror. The snow stuck to the mountainside had started to slide down the slope, sending up mists of icy dust. Before she could react, the white torrent knocked her to her knees, crushing her and smothering her into the ground. All she felt after that was all-encompassing cold and fear. Meve survived. The dwarves who ran to the Lyrians' rescue dug her out of the snow in time. Some of her soldiers were not so lucky. The Queen looked at their bodies, blue, frozen. Next to them lay dead horses, demolished wagons. The losses were enormous. Meve wiped her cheek. Her tears burned her frozen skin. Gabor spoke a while with the leader of the Mahakam Guard Patrol that had come to their rescue. His face was dour.
I would say dour.
What? What have you learned?
I tell you all in good time. First, you need a warm drink, good victuals.
No, Gabor. I need to find out what in blazes happened here.
Well, it was an avalanche.
Of course it was an avalanche. I'm no fool. But what caused it? What was that noise?
Signal horns. Ours.
So you brought this snow down on us? Dwarves!
Well, aye, but, unawares.
Explain, in brief.
That in brief was kind of brutal.
See, we clean our mount regularly. The way menfolk shovel snow off their roofs. Otherwise, the whole shebang would come tumbling down on our heads. When snow's gathered deep enough, we blast our horns to cause a controlled avalanche. Then we need to, sweep up a wee bit and the road's safe.
All well and good, but why did you decide to clean up right as I was passing through?
Wondering that myself. Schedule says next cleaning should have been a week from now, but someone asked the route to be cleared earlier.
Who?
Meve, I'll tell you. But first, promise you'll...
Who?
Hey. Owain ep Clenvok, the Nilfgaardian emissary. Must have found out you'd be going through.
The bastard. Reynard! Reynard!
Wait! Wait! I understand you're a wee bit upset, you've every right. But you'll never prove Owain meant you harm. The sly weasel will make sure he didn't dirty his own paws.
I've no such scruples. I'll find him and kill him.
And then? How'd you tell that tale to Bruven? Meve, you're justly taught, but for the love, just this once, let it go. Or you'll leave Mahakam with near a scrap to show for it.
Yeah, she's cool.
Moments later, scouts reported Owain was camped to the north of the accident site. Meve had to decide how much she was willing to risk to get her revenge on the Imperial emissary.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tempting one. Did that change the map? Nope. Didn't change the map.
By the Elder's sideburns, I'd no notion anyone was in the Vale.
I think like we have to keep the dwarves on our side. Like that's from the start of coming into this area. They've just been drumming that into us. Like whatever we do, just keep the dwarves happy.
Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. Ah, whoresons.
But obviously it doesn't keep Chekhov happy.
What a mess. Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. Ah, whoresons.
Right, so we have...
There, milady, whispered one of the scouts.
Left of the path.
Meve squinted. The Nilfgaardians had taken shelter from the falling snow under a rocky outcropping. The smell of roasting meat wafted from their campfire, and echoes of laughter could be heard. The black-clad soldiers had reason to celebrate. They had just decimated Meave's company without even drawing their weapons.
That's what they did to us, Ankev. I mean, rocks and snow, landslide, avalanche, you know. Sometimes they have braided beards as well, Alizar.
Meave's gaze caught something else. A metal container into which the Nilfgaardians tossed bones once they'd been gnawed clean. It looked strangely familiar. Only after a moment did the Queen understand it was an overturned Lyrian helmet dug out of the snowy grave of one of her men.
The Horsens.
Meave hissed.
They'll pay for this.
Meave! Asking you last time, keep a cool heat,
whispered Gabor.
You want vengeance? I get it. But think of the cost. If so much as a hair gets plucked from Owain's head, Bruver will never forgive you, and you can kiss any hope of aid goodbye.
Silence followed, finally to be broken by one of the scouts.
Milady, what's the order? Do we attack?
Oh man. And Kev, you just want chaos. Chekhov? You're so confusing.
No,
said the Queen after long deliberation.
But milady, they...
I know what they did, and that I shall never forget nor forgive,
said Meave, placing a hand on her scout's shoulder.
But breaking Dwarven law only plays into the Nilfgaardians' hand, causing us to lose allies and our chance for victory.
Meave brushed the snow from her trousers and straightened her spine.
Avenge our comrades we shall. Not here, but in the fields of Lyria and Rivia.
The Lyrians resumed their march with heavy, beleaguered steps, their path still piled high with the snow brought down by the Nilfgaardians.
I can't go. Can I go there? I can't loot. Motherfucker. Yeah, I've seen that recently. There was this like street performance festival in this city like a while ago. No loot for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be alright. We're still not really low on loot.
While passing the mining settlement
Twin Peaks,
Meave heard the sounds of battle.
Hey-ho! Into the fray, lads!
Expecting she would see monsters swarming dwarves, the Queen set off at a gallop to the rescue. Her braid blew about in the wind like a banner, showing her men in which direction to attack. The dwarves she saw, however, were not engaged in a battle against Shaelmars and Barbagazes. No, they were going at one another. Luckily, no weapons had yet been drawn, but given that dwarves have hands the size of bread loaves, this did not necessarily mean there would be no deaths.
Oi, lads!
Roared Gabor Zigrin.
What's this foolishness? Calm the hell down, damn it!
Gabor's intervention proved successful. The dwarves limited themselves to verbal jousting. Meave, who was no stranger to barrack room talk, nonetheless turned crimson at the dwarves' cursing.
Well, Alizar was on board with what?
Piecing together the obscenities, Meave concluded they were debating an old quarrel about the height of a certain mountain, or rather of the twin peaks atop it. One of them lay in the territory of Clan Dahlberg, while the other in the Hoogsland. Each family felt their peak was the highest, all measurements indicating the contrary being total fabrications.
Queen?
Started Gabor, nervously chewing his moustache.
They're asking if you, as yin impartial and a fair-minded wench to boot, wouldn't you wish to settle their Egypt squabble once and for all.
I need to bring this word back into my vocabulary. It's like it's spent at least 5-6 years out of my vocabulary. It needs to come back in. It's terrible.
Niamh knew well that this type of age-old quarrel could easily end in bloodshed, so she resolved to help. Representatives of the two clans gave her a strange mechanism she was to use to measure elevation. All that was left was for the Queen to button her coat up to the neck and scale the twin peaks.
Egypt is the kind of Gaelic way of pronouncing idiot. Squabble is like a fight or a quarrel, something like this.
Time to end this Gleicot feud once and for all.
I have no idea what Gleicot is though.
End this Gleicot feud once and for all.
Gleicot? Scottish or Irish? Gleicot? Scottish or Northern English for stupid, foolish or thoughtless. Egypt said that they're also, wow, cool. I didn't know. She's great, right, with the beard. Yeah, it was used as a swear word, right? So I think we have loot here. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay, we have Isbel. In our Gwent game.
When she and her force had travelled half the way to the first, she heard a long roar that made snow shells detach and descend. Without waiting for her scouts to return with reports, Niamh drew her sword.
Alright, fighting on a steep mountain slope is no easy task. The Lyrians struggled to find solid footing in the snow, propped up by their spears, their eyes squinting under ice-speckled brows, whereas the beasts, they moved with ease, leaping from rock to rock, long talons scraping menacingly against the stone. Yeah, I guess I said this before, right? But like, going to an Irish pub in Dublin where they have folk singers, live folk singers, and the folk singer knowing that you're English, pretty tough. Pretty tough. So, what's going on? Nothing. And being with really, really nice work colleagues who are really, really eager to point out that you are actually English as well. Great, no feeling like it.
Eyes up, lads! They're flying straight for us!
Alright. So we've been just getting rid of this guy straight away when it's happened to us. We're on low morale, so our strength is -1 from normal. Set her on fire.
Catch!
No. We have nothing in our deck that can combat this. Kinda want to take this back. But I also feel like we should just leave it for a while, so that was the lowest unit. So if we have... Nope, we don't. If we had a higher unit than this, I would go for it, but because we don't, I think we just decoy straight away. The one that I always... Oh, poor Knickers. The one I always remember is... It's called Joxa Goes to Stuttgart, and it's a song about when England and Ireland had a football match in Germany, like the European Championships in 1988. Yeah, Stuttgart. That was the song that always got sang. So Nickers is just on his way out. You listen to it now. Yeah, maybe it's not so symbolic for you because it's like it's about football.
I smell a leak.
But it's like one of these like small victories, you know? Those are the ones you knew were made before 1970.
Quite the clever little contraption they gave us. Work of a gnome, of course.
So we can get rid of this, one of the snowballs. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Fizzy Flask, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Right, so I think we're just going to place everything on the same row. Just to reduce the damage. Shall we? Yeah, we'll just get rid of that and then do some damage here as well. Did you have a nice weekend, Fizzy Flask? Just waking up. Nice. Very, very nice. Right, so Ferocious Bear. Damage all units on enemy row. Fine. Can't really do anything else with that. It's kind of a weird situation because like all of my ancestors are from Ireland, and so like anything talking about before the 40s, before the 50s, it's kind of like, okay, it's not true. One out of my 4 grandparents is English. One out of my 4 grandparents is English, so all of it is like, it's kind of weird. Like I don't know how personally a more British person would take it, but for me it's like singing about my history as well, you know? It's kind of weird. I have a strange relationship with it. It's good you went to belated Thanksgiving. So Ed went to, yeah? It's his high school reunion in Jersey. Cool. Right. So like as a kid I was learning about like black and tans and stuff like this, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's just a strange situation to be in, I guess. Let's put more marks down. Right, so I think we get rid of, well, we attack both of these. Actually, you know what, let's do this first. No. Ooh. So here, let's move both of those onto the same row, and then move you. Okay, then we can do 3 damage to all of them. It's like all of my grandparents like had like Irish songs at their funeral and stuff like this. Like even the English grandparent had Irish songs at their funeral. It's just so weird to still be considered English in this situation, you know? This is completely fair. But I don't really feel English when I hear those songs, though, is the point I'm trying to make. Like I don't know. Like I think I said it best earlier, like it just sounds like they're singing about my history. That's how I feel when I hear it. Oh no. That should be okay actually. Right, so we only have these to play now, so let's try this. So you'll be useless. So playing those two. Yeah, we've talked about it before, right?
Company, forward march!
Right, so we do that. And we need to move one of these as well, unfortunately. Okay, we lost the mark. So, sure, let's do that, and then this. Fine.
Take those measurements and let's be gone from this place.
Let's go, yalla yalla.
The Lyrians managed to repel the monsters and reach both peaks. Upon each, Meve ordered her men to take the measurements. While waiting, she admired the breathtaking view of the Mahakaman Massif. The dwarven contraption left no room for doubt. The peak within the Dahlberg clan territory was 2 feet higher than that within Hoog territory. Gabor was clearly displeased with the results.
Damn it all! I'd hoped you'd prove Brewer's clan was in the right. He'd have been content to see the Dahlbergs knocked down a peg or two, and, possibly, he'd have been more inclined to help you,
said the dwarf in frustration. Then, after a pause, he added,
Although, only you saw what the device showed, Queen. Perhaps you could, recalibrate the results a wee bit?
To lie would be simple, true.
said Meve.
Yet to forget the matter would be so much harder. No, Gabor, I shall tell the truth.
The Queen's tone made it clear the discussion was over. Gabor let the matter lie, and Meve's force began its descent down the mountainside.
You sound like one of those damn Americans trying to figure it. It's like we're like, I don't know, it's an interesting thing. Like if you ever go to like Ireland, you will meet so many Americans there saying, yeah, I'm Irish, you know? But even the same here, like here we have like, I don't know, you can't really, it's a weird situation. Because for me, that's the same as what happens here. And here it's like Israelis coming here, you know? Or even like American Jews. And you're like, well, yeah, they're coming to look at where their family come from. It's not a surprise, really, is it?
The dwarves of both clans had been waiting with bated breath for the expedition's return and report. As soon as Meve announced the results, the Dahlbergs rolled barrels of beer out into the square and began to celebrate. Naturally, the Hoogs were disappointed, yet they accepted Meve's results as final. At last, they had come to trust her.
Dahlbergs are the dwarfs we need. Every Hoog's the Dunderheed.
Dunderheed?
Dahlbergs are the dwarfs we need. Every Hoog's the Dunderheed.
I have to look at what a Dunderheed is. Stupid person. Probably not surprising. Cool, how's Ed doing?
For frostbite, you'd best avail yourself of some onion juice. Even better if you had a wee nip of vodka.
Vodka.
Oh, snotters are frozen solid, and not just those in my beard. Like up my nose too.
I am most definitely an immigrant. Not by heritage, by actually being an immigrant.
Once we're neath Carbon, we'll find our way to the tavern. Set our arses down by the fire. Sip mugs of mulled wine. Once we're neath Carbon, we'll find our way to the tavern. Set our arses down by the fire. Sip mugs of mulled wine.
So, I think we're gonna come. Oh no.
As Meve neared Langbridge, she ordered her bugler to announce her arrival, then retired to her tent to freshen up. Gascon was already inside, awaiting her.
I do not seem to recall summoning you.
Oh no.
In that case, I must tell you to fret not. Nothing wrong with your memory. I've come with no agenda. Spontaneously, call it, to chat.
Yeah, there is like a world citizen passport you can apply for, but it just has no value. Like it's... I think it was like a 60s kind of movement to give stateless people passports. And you can apply for it, but I don't think it has really too much respect. Or weight, let's say. Maybe you feel a little bit better when you wake up. Good
Then
news,
I
Fizzy
suppose
Flask.
you leave, just as spontaneously, call it. I must don fresh clothes. I'm to see the Elder soon, and I'd prefer to not smell of horse sweat.
Doubt it'd make much difference to him. And be assured, I know what I speak of. When last we met, I found myself standing downwind of him. A pungent experience.
You test my patience, Gascon, or I do admit I was reminded of an old goat in more ways than one. Boom.
You were saved the experience of his breath. So pungent I thought I might faint.
Well, to revive you, pinch you awake, I'm sure would be quite a pleasure.
Gascon, I beg your pardon. Ugh, I shall have nightmares now.
Not tonight. For I fear you might not sleep at all. You see, there's something you ought to know. And decidedly before you meet with Bruver. The sites we cleared of beasts, I ferreted a bit. Noted something peculiar. Any notion what it was?
That's beautiful, Anker. It's beautiful.
None. The monumental dwarven architecture, perhaps?
Bones, my dear Meave. Dwarven bones. Now, guess what I found on them?
Wait, don't dare give me any hints. Bite marks.
Of course. After all, they'd been gnawed clean of all flesh by monsters, incidentally making it quite easy to spot other markings. Ones made by axes and swords. To be certain, I showed the bones to our medics, and they confirmed my conclusion.
Meaning what? That the entire clan, the Fuchses...
The Foxes. You're pronouncing it incorrectly, Meave.
Did not perish due to an invasion of beasts from the depths. The monsters merely ate the bodies and occupied empty homes. Now, I shared my discovery with Gabor, and guess what he did? He panicked. He started to squirm, babble nonsense. I wager my right arm, he's hiding something.
Blast. Overly eager to aid us from the start he was. I might have sensed something. I shall have him summoned at once. And I thank you, Gascon. I won't forget this.
Minutes later, Gabor stood before the Queen. At first, he tried to mislead her with evasive answers, but as her pointed questions demolished one clumsy excuse after another, he had to give in.
Oy. As King Desmond said after a hefty squirt in his hose, we can't sweep this under the rug.
If you think I welcome jests in this moment, you err. My fingers itch to summon the hangman.
Right. So... 'tis true. I misled you. On our clan elder's orders. Supposed to make sure you destroyed Burr's Rump and Davor's Abyss thoroughly enough to leave nae a trace.
What? Why? What did they wish to hide?
They was home to the Fuchses, our mortal enemies. They'd been a-boiling our heinies for ages, thumbing their noses, taking what they want when they want, and the Elder-in-Chief didn't gie a ploughing whit. So to stop them, our clan, We did the unpardonable. The Ziggurat elders saw their chance and they...
Gods. So you were responsible for the deaths of all those dwarves?
Me? I didn't raise a finger. Tried to stop them, in fact.
Okay, could you truly not stop this massacre? How do they do it? Yeah.
You claim not to have taken part, but neither did you do anything to stop the massacre.
What was I to do exactly? The elders had decided. Near dwarf would listen to me.
You might have informed the Elder-in-Chief. The guilty would have been punished.
The guilty? You didn't ken Bruva. He'd punish the whole clan. Women, children, no exceptions.
The only Pokemon I played, Ankev, is the first one. No, not the first one actually. Pokemon Blue. Like I have it on like a really old Game Boy. That's it. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a game that I wouldn't give a chance to. I'll think about it. That is the first one, Blue. Okay, cool. Cool, thank you, you three, for telling me. Alright, cool. So, yeah, sure. But I haven't finished it. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I should maybe play that a little bit more. But maybe I will, Ankev. We will see.
Maeve, Queen, I'm begging you. He canna ever learn of this. Aye, I want a hack flame too when I think what the Elder's done. But other way it'd bring but more pain and death.
Such an amazing word, right? Phlegm. Just the way it's written is so beautiful.
I need to consider what's right. Meanwhile, Gascon, make sure Gabor remains our guest.
Of course. I'll let you know if he so much as rolls his eyes towards an escape route.
Phlegm. Phlegm. Sorry, phlegm. Is that how you pronounce it, Ankev? Alright, cool. So we made some okay progress today. We didn't really have any problems. Most of my problems were with Ankev and Chekhov, to be honest. So I think this is a good time to finish the stream. Also getting close to affiliates. You need 5 more followers. Guys, if any of you are pronounce the PH like F and silent G. So if anybody doesn't follow Fizzy Flask and would like to help Fizzy Flask out, I can recommend following him. Go for it. Oh, that you don't pronounce the silent G. I know, right? Host him. He's not streaming, Mrs. Deer. How can I host him if he's not streaming? This is not how it works. He's on auto host though. Yeah, so guys, link him. You link him, Alizara. Just no, you don't have to link him. Just click on his username. You can do that as well, right? Host Alizara. Okay, so guys, today we're gonna host Alizara. I don't know how this is gonna work. So and he isn't hosting Adam. Ooh, scandalous. Scandalization, I was gonna say, Ankev. It's terrible. Make him feel bad about it. So don't be hosting me. I love that you said don't be hosting me. It's amazing. Guys, you have your auto host set to random. It's okay. It's okay. I'm pretty sure I know. I should know that I'm on your auto host list or not. There is a way of seeing that. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for hanging out today. So all good, Miss. Don't worry, Fizzy Flask. We're just messing. Okay? Don't worry, guys. End of stream. Yeah. I'll catch you tomorrow, and we'll play more, and we'll probably kill some dwarves tomorrow. I assume we're gonna kill some dwarves. If you are looking forward to that. Which means, nah, I'm not gonna see you tomorrow, Chekhov. Nah to end. Okay, nah to end. Okay. Nah. See you guys later. Take it easy. Bye.